Hello and welcome to Sobrix. I'm Adam and this is Sobrix. This is my channel for reviewing Lego sets and building them and other Lego related stuff. In this video, I'm going to be taking a look at the Lego Technic Monster Jam Max D set. This is set number 42119. It has 230 pieces, and I believe I paid $24.50 for this. This is interesting. I think I looked at all of the other Monster Jam Technic sets except this one. I think I looked at, was there like a Gravedigger one? There was like the Dalmatian one or the dog one. There was a shark one or like the Megalodon. There was a green one which was like a dragon. And maybe there was a bull one or something like that as well. I looked at a few of them. I'm pretty sure I didn't look at this one. And I believe this retailed for $20 like all the rest of them. Some of them I got for cheaper. 20% off would bring it down to $16. This one I think has been retired. Maybe they're all retired now. But I got this at a weird kind of thrift store Lego event where I got like a bunch of sets. A lot of them were retired. A lot of them were under retail price or pretty reasonably priced. This is one that was a little bit more than retail, but I did get a bunch of other deals, so I'm pretty happy with that. And this is pretty interesting. You know, it's a 2-in-1, and I'm going to judge it off the value of what I paid, but also, you know, what it retailed for. So I've liked these in the past. I like when a Technic set has a 2-in-1, so I'm looking forward to it. And so in this video, I'm going to open this up, I'm going to put this together, and then I'm going to share my thoughts on it. So while I build, I will speed the video up, and then I'll slow it back down to review this set. So until then, enjoy. Okay, so while we look at the build process for this Lego Technic Monster Jam Max D set, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, and then remind you, if you like this video, click the thumbs up. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button. That stuff helps me a lot. So it's been a little bit of some time since I did the last Monster Jam set, but I have done some other Technic pullback sets like the Neome McLaren pullback set, and you know, this one felt very similar to me to many of the other Monster Jam sets that I built. So same size wheels, same kinds of pieces used. Generally speaking, the build was a kind of interesting. There's some nice stuff in here, and I always appreciate how Technic is kind of asymmetrical in its build process and its order of operations, and that is also true here. I actually was really impressed by some of the color choices for different beams and axles and things like that, and how they interact with the stickers. Looking at the roof section here, I actually thought how the roof kind of connects, and then that part kind of on the hood there connects, and all the little things that you put underneath there was really interesting. We had kind of the side panels for the doors, and now we add some fenders. I believe I accidentally was supposed to make two right away, and I only made one of each side. Add some headlights to the front, some lights to the back, add some of these repetitive horn spike type pieces, and then we're going to finish this up by adding the tires. So that's pretty much it for this one, and I go into it more in depth in the rest of my review. So now on to my review for this set. Okay, so here is the Lego Technic Monster Jam Max D set. As I said at the beginning, I've looked at, I think, all of the other Monster Jam Technic sets, and I've also done their alternate builds. I think this is maybe one of the first ones that came out, but also the first one to retire. So it retired at the end of 2022, and then some of the other ones like the Gravedigger that released alongside this, that one retired at the end of 2023. Megalodon retired in 2023. the El Toro, the bull, El Toro Loco in 2023, and then the dragon and the monster mutt Dalmatian, the dog one, those are still on sale. So I've looked at all the other ones. This is one that I hadn't looked at yet, and part of the reason is that it retired, a couple of years ago now. And so I was very excited to find this. I'm looking at Brickset, and it says the value of this is, roughly what it was. The retail price, $20. Value used is a little bit less because it's retired, and because I was at a kind of special event. I wasn't really going through all of the different values of everything right away. I just kind of bought a bunch of stuff, and then I checked Bricklink later. Whatever. So I did pay $24.50 for this, but either way, we will get right into it. So if you're interested, you can go back and look at all of my other videos for the Monster Jam Technic sets, because I have looked at all of the other ones, and they're all 2-in-1s, and I did the alternate builds for all of them as well. So if you're interested, I'll maybe put those in the description or something like that. But this one's the Max D. So like all of the other ones, we have the kind of bigger wheels that have a lot of give to them, a lot of air in them. It also has the pullback functionality, so we can see that pullback motor type thing there, and we can see that if you pull it back, it can propel itself forward. We also have the big kind of beam or bar bumper up here at the front, so this can ram into stuff potentially. This one has a flag. The only other one that had a flag, I believe, was the Gravedigger one. The Gravedigger one and this one have some similarities, but also some differences. I mean, all the Monster Jam ones kind of have some similarities, but I liked kind of all this subtle differences here. So I don't know. I'm not familiar with Max D. I don't know specifically what this is supposed to be. It's not like a dragon or a Dalmatian or a megalodon or a bull. This one seems to be just more of like a monster truck thing here, and similar to kind of the Gravedigger one. We have some stickers in this set. You can see the sticker sheet over here. So the two biggest ones are on the flag, and that's a really detailed sticker. It's pretty cool. We have that same kind of face and hands design robot logo thing on the side panel here. Same over here. We have Max D on this. Same over here. We have on top 2 Max Ds here. This is one sticker, and this is one sticker. So that is all these stickers. Not too bad. They weren't terribly difficult to put on. They do add a little bit of extra, color and some other different things here. So that's really good. And we will get into it. So one of the things I really liked is that how they used some of the beam colors to kind of create like a stripe through here that's partly done with stickers and up top, but then it continues on to the back there a little bit. So I really like that. Sometimes I feel like there can be like weird colors in a thing, and this doesn't have them as much. And I also appreciated the use of these pieces as kind of the roof here. It makes the like cab or where a person would sit feel a little bit smaller and a little sleeker, but I really liked that compared to some of the other ones. I think it's maybe the only one that kind of used them in this way. I think maybe the Dalmatian one used them a slightly different way, but I thought that was really cool. And putting this together overall was pretty fun, pretty straightforward. I was familiar with these ones, so the kind of pullback thing sits at an angle, so we have some angled beams going up through here, and then these are kind of flat, which is fine. We do have some angled stuff at the back. The flag kind of is on a thing that can move up and down. I experimented with this when I first put it together. I wanted to see if there was a way to, get this flag to stand up or be straight more. and not so far away from the rear. So I thought putting it through one of the holes in the beam here and then putting it in this little pin with the hollow stud, maybe that would work, because I don't love how far it hangs back here. I would have liked it if it was maybe a little bit more vertical there, but that is what it is. And you know, like with any Technic build, you kind of start out building one side and then build in a lot of the stuff in the middle and then build the other side. And I think all of that was pretty straightforward and pretty cool. I really like the use of these pieces to kind of make some fenders here, or like the wheel well area there, even though it's pretty far separated from the wheels. I just think it looks pretty good. And there's a little bit of forward rake on this one. I think a lot of them had that. Just the distance here is different than the distance up here, from the axle to like where it's attached to everything else, so that's good. This does have kind of the impression of some suspension in there, so we use these tube, almost spring looking pieces on both sides that actually fit really well into that area beneath kind of these fenders. And for the most part, it kind of looks like they might be functional, and for many angles like this, you can't really see that it just goes to nothing or that this one goes to nothing. So I really like that. And then, like, you know, looking at the front, like I said, we already have the stickers there and everything. We do have a little bit of Lego brick system stuff here with some tiles for some lights there. We also had some lights kind of on the rear, which I liked. I liked how all this came together. So it was pretty fun. I don't particularly like, you know, I think the aesthetic is cool, the looks are cool for having all of these spikes, and in the back of the instructions, I believe you can see images of the real life Max D that inspired this, and it certainly has a ton of spikes on it. I just wasn't a huge fan of how these were done, because they're in one of those like hollow stud Technic pins, and so these spikes can kind of move around pretty easily, and I would have liked them to kind of be a little more stable, maybe because the ones on the real one kind of go all different ways, but in any of the like Lego images, it seems like all these spikes are facing back, and so they're easy enough to, you know, turn back to the orientation that's represented on the instructions and on the box, but it's not super easy to get them to stay like that. So even if I can kind of get them there, it's a little bit of a pain. So I wasn't thrilled with how that was done, but overall it's a nice little detail there. I think as far as this one having more or less pieces than some other ones, that's makes up you know, a good amount of them, and so for each of these little barbs, there's 12 of them, and there's also 12 of the little pins with the hollow stud, this piece here, so that's 24 pieces right there just in those spikes. You know, for the most part, I think the colors work pretty well. But like any Technic set, or almost any Technic set, we do have, you know, some visible blue pins, different stuff, red, yellow, and some of that can be forgiven. Some of it sticks out a little more. I think the ones on the side here, kind of by those fenders, stick out a little more than I would have liked. But maybe that's unavoidable for those to make this and for those pieces, so that's okay. And you know, I don't have all of the other Monster Jam sets like built and handy, because I took them all apart and made them into their alternate builds and everything, and then did videos for that, and I also put them away in some storage, so I don't have them here to compare them, and I'm not sure, you know, where this one falls for me personally. It's very like traditional truck looking. It doesn't feel in any way like as interesting of a build or interesting looking as like the Megalodon or the Dragon or the Dalmatian. or even the El Toro Loco. You know, it's probably most similar to the Gravedigger. It does have more pieces than the Gravedigger, which is, you know, neither here nor there. I think a part of that is, you know, it's only got 18 more pieces. The Gravedigger has 212, and this one had 230. And as I already mentioned, 24 of them are used just for these spikes. So maybe it almost has less pieces, less major pieces than the Gravedigger. And I think the overall shape is cool. It's different from some of the other ones in some ways that are evident, in some ways that matter. So that's pretty good. And overall, like, I just like these sets, so I was pretty excited to find one, the last one that I don't have, because I like Technic sets. I like 2-in-1s. I think the price point for these is pretty good, so that's really nice. I'm actually going to compare this to another set that is a little more recent, which is the City monster truck here. And I just wanted to kind of see these size comparison wise. The City monster truck, not Technic necessarily, but mostly brick built system stuff here, Lego system stuff. And this one is $16, and this one retailed for $20. As far as piece count goes, you know, this one has a higher piece count, and it also is a good amount bigger. It doesn't have the you know, as neat of wheels, I would say. It doesn't have prints. This one had a couple prints there. It didn't come with a minifigure, so there's different trade-offs here. Overall, I was fine with the value for this City monster truck, but I think I prefer these Technic sets a little more, and it kind of depends on the builder. But part of the reason for that is the kind of apparent value here. But before we look at that, we will look at the extra pieces, because you do get some here. So this big kind of flexible-ish, or actually it's pretty rigid. This tube piece is used for the flagpole there. Get an extra one of like the smaller tubes for the shocks, extra of that eyepiece for the lights, your pins, your barb, your bushings, all your different stuff there. So a couple extra pieces, good to get those. And overall, yeah, this set is 230 pieces. I paid $24.50 for it, retailed for $20. And I did pay a premium. I don't personally feel that I got a bad deal. You know, I would have loved to have gotten this for $16, which would be 20% off its retail price. But at the time that this was on the shelves, I wasn't buying these Monster Jam Technic sets and stuff, so it wouldn't have been on my radar necessarily. So finding it for $24.50, you know, I that's a little bit overpaid, but I was gonna probably pay around $20 anyway, and you know, with shipping and everything, if I got it on Bricklink, I would have expected to pay maybe, you know, $25 at the end of the day. So I don't feel too bad about the price here. You know, as far as value considers, I think it's really important to note that this is a 2-in-1, which all of these Monster Jam sets were, and I really like when Technic does that. I like Lego Creator 3-in-1s, and as we can see here on the back, this one has another build that's called the quad bike. And one of the things I really liked about all the other Monster Jam sets is that they all had some similarities in their main build kind of form, but then they had some of them some radically different builds for their alternate builds. And I'm always so interested to see what Lego designers can do with given the same parts, and see if they can mix it up. So the idea of this quad bike seems really, really interesting to me, and I will be making another video where I take this one apart and put together the alternate build and then reviewing that. And I like to take that into consideration when I'm evaluating a set. And part of that is because the build experience is certainly part of the reason I like Lego Technic, part of the reason I like Lego system stuff, all of that is the build experience, certainly the play experience, the display experience, but all of that stuff kind of comes into play. And when I can, without like buying another set, I can turn these same pieces into something else, whether it's for play or display or whatever. That really adds to the total like amount of time that I spend with a set, probably, and it inspires me for my own kind of building and mocks and different things like that. And it's just really fun for me to see. So I personally really, really like when they do like 2-in-1 things like that, or like this rather. And I think that, makes the value kind of fair here. Like I said, some of the other ones were $20 retail, and I got them for 20% off, which brought them down to $16. I think that was really fair. And, I'm not too upset about where I bought this at. So pretty good. And like I say, I'm looking forward to taking this apart and looking at the other alternate build for the quad bike. But I think that is it for now. I like this. It might be on the, like, if I was going to rank all, 6 of the Monster Jam Technic sets, it might be near the bottom. It's hard to say without having them all in front of me, but that's still pretty good because I liked them all, even if I liked some more than others. So not bad at all. I think the price point is okay, or would have been okay if it was retail. So very, very good. And I look forward to putting the other quad bike build together. So I like it. If you like this video, please click the thumbs up and give it a like. If you like my other videos, click the subscribe button so you can stay up to date on all the LEGO videos I'll be doing here in the future, including the alternate build for this LEGO Technic Max D, the quad bike model, as well as tons of other LEGO sets, all different themes, Technic, brick system, tons of different stuff, all different sets, different shape, size, price point, piece count, all of that. So subscribe so you don't miss any of those upcoming videos. And if you want to support this channel and support my videos here, you can do that right here on YouTube with membership, supers, and thanks. And I have the Patreon, which is linked in the video description, linked on my channel page, patreon.com/sobricks. And over there you can find exclusive videos, get access to all my videos early before they're up publicly on YouTube, as well as some other stuff in the works. I actually just uploaded a members and patrons only video, which is kind of the sped up build process of the Lego Rivendell, as well as kind of a voiceover commentary of the build. So if you're interested in that, it's like a little over an hour long, but currently it's only available for Patreon members or like members on YouTube. So that's just one example of things. Not too long ago, I made sure the Ninjago City Gardens had an exclusive video, and there's a couple other like bigger sets that I've been working on or have looked at that might tend to be exclusive stuff. So that's over there for those people who might be interested. And yeah, every little bit helps. So thank you very much. And with all of that said, until next time, thanks. Bye.